Anthropic just put a countdown clock on its own best model, and if you've been using Claude Fable 5 for free, you have days left before that stops mattering. As of this week, that free window closes July 19th, and after that, you're paying Anthropic's standard rate whether the model feels ready to pay for or not. So I went through the actual billing pages, the GPT 5.6 rollout notes, and the reporting behind Microsoft's own infrastructure shift, not the highlight reel version of any of it. And the story underneath this week isn't which model is smartest. It's who's suddenly being asked to pay, and who's suddenly not being asked at all. This is the weekly roundup, and there are 5 stories worth your time. Anthropic ending free access to Fable 5, GPT 5.6 reaching full general availability, Microsoft quietly replacing Anthropic inside its own productivity suite, Claude Code getting a real capability upgrade, and Grok 4.5 landing at a price built to undercut almost everyone in the room. We're doing the claim versus evidence version of each, starting with the story that sets the tone for the whole week. Anthropic deciding now is the moment to start charging. The free ride is ending. Claude Fable 5 has been usable for free, within limits, since Anthropic brought it back online on July 1st, following the government-ordered shutdown that took the model offline for a stretch earlier in the summer. That free window is reportedly ending July 19th. After that date, Fable 5 moves to Anthropic's standard usage credit billing, $10 per million input tokens, $50 per million output tokens. That's not a new price. It's the same rate Fable 5 launched with months ago. What's new is the deadline attached to it. Here's why a routine pricing change is worth a full segment instead of a footnote. Free access during a relaunch window is a growth play. Get people back in the door, let word of mouth rebuild the momentum a shutdown cost you. Worry about revenue once usage is climbing again. Cutting that window off less than 3 weeks after the model came back online is a different kind of decision. That's a company that needs the meter running now, not eventually. To be clear, that doesn't mean Fable 5 is struggling. Anthropic hasn't published usage numbers alongside this change. So treat the "they need the revenue" read as inference, not a confirmed fact. But a hard cutoff date is a specific, deliberate choice. And companies don't pick specific, deliberate deadlines by accident. There's a second layer that makes this land awkwardly. Fable 5 has a documented habit of quietly rerouting ordinary queries to the older, weaker Opus 4.8 whenever its safety classifiers get twitchy. The Fable 5 nickname didn't come from nowhere. Charging full price for a model that sometimes silently swaps itself out for a cheaper one underneath you without telling you it happened is a rougher pill than charging for a model that reliably delivers what it promised. Keep that in your back pocket, because it's the first data point in a pattern this video keeps circling back to. If you're actually using Fable 5 for real work right now, the practical move is straightforward. Use the next 9 days to figure out what your actual token volume looks like before the meter starts running. Because $10 per million input and $50 per million output adds up fast on anything approaching daily use. That's not a dramatic warning. It's just arithmetic. Anthropic is handing you a countdown clock to do. GPT 5.6 goes from staged rollout to everyone. While Anthropic was drawing a line under its free tier, OpenAI was doing the opposite, opening the gates wider. Sol, Terra, and Luna, the 3-tier GPT 5.6 family, this channel has already broken down in a dedicated video, reached general availability this week. That means it's out of the staged rollout and available to essentially anyone with an API key or a ChatGPT subscription, not just the accounts that got early access. On coding and agentic benchmarks, Sol is landing near or ahead of Claude Fable 5, depending on the specific test, while finishing tasks in a fraction of the time and at roughly half the estimated cost, according to Artificial Analysis's independent index, E, worth flagging as independent. Because OpenAI's own benchmark claims are always OpenAI grading its own homework until someone outside the company reproduces them. Artificial analysis reproducing a result is the difference between a marketing slide and a receipt. General availability wasn't the only thing that moved this week either. ChatGPT work, the agent built to run multi-hour, multi-step projects with minimal hand-holding, is now live alongside it. And Claude Code's rival move, a built-in browser for verifying documentation mid-task, shipped in the same 7-day window. 3 separate product moments landing together isn't padding. It's OpenAI making sure a general availability milestone gets remembered for more than a benchmark screenshot. And it's a strategy worth noticing on its own. General availability alone rarely makes headlines twice, so bundling it with visible new capability is how you make sure this week's coverage isn't just the same model now for everyone. Hold that thought, because timing is about to become the theme of this whole roundup. Microsoft quietly cuts the cord. Here's the story that actually explains the other two. Microsoft has started rolling its own in-house MAI models, a MAI thinking reasoning model, a MAI image system, a lightweight MAI code flash, directly into Excel, Outlook, and Copilot, in exactly the spots where an Anthropic model used to handle the request. Reports put the motivation partly at a roughly $500 million a year bill Microsoft was paying to route those workloads through Anthropic's API. Now line up the timing. In the same week, Anthropic puts a hard deadline on free Fable 5 access. Its second biggest distribution partner starts quietly routing production traffic away from it entirely. Neither company has confirmed those two things are connected, and they may genuinely not be. Microsoft has been building MAI models for months, and infrastructure migrations like this don't happen overnight. But the optics land in the same 7-day window, and optics matter even when the timing is coincidental. This isn't a new posture from Microsoft either. It's a continuation of a pattern this channel already flagged when Copilot Cowork first shipped as a multi-model system. Microsoft has been quietly building the option to route around any single AI vendor for months. This week is the point where that option started actually replacing Anthropic in production, not just sitting there as a hedge. Fourth, not first. Microsoft isn't betting that its own models are the best available. It's betting that good enough and fully owned beats best available and $500 million a year. And that's a decision about cost control, not capability. Worth being fair to Microsoft here too, since it's easy to read this as pure villain of the week material. Owning your own model stack instead of renting someone else's is a completely rational move for a company processing this much daily volume, and it's the same logic Google and Amazon have applied to their own infrastructure for years. The story isn't that Microsoft is doing something unusual. It's that Anthropic is the vendor on the losing end of it. In the same week, it's asking its remaining users to start paying full price. Claude Code learns to look things up. Smaller story, but worth a segment if you actually write code for a living. Anthropic added a built-in browser to Claude Code, its agentic coding tool, meaning the agent can now navigate live web pages, check current documentation, and pull real-time information mid-task instead of working purely from training data and whatever you happen to paste into the prompt. That closes a gap that's dogged every coding agent on the market. The model that writes confident code against a library API that changed 6 months ago and has no way of knowing it. It's a quiet feature sitting next to a pricing deadline and an infrastructure defection, but it's the kind of change that compounds. An agent that can verify its own assumptions against a live source is a meaningfully more trustworthy agent, and it's exactly the kind of unglamorous infrastructure move that doesn't show up in a benchmark chart but shows up the first time it saves you from shipping code against a deprecated endpoint. It doesn't fix Fable 5's pricing problem or Anthropic's distribution problem. It just makes the product genuinely better at the thing you're already paying for, which, this week especially, is not nothing.
Grok 4.5 price tag is the real headline.
Last story, and it's the one that makes everyone else's pricing decisions look worse by comparison. Grok 4.5 is now broadly available, and the number that actually matters isn't a benchmark, it's the invoice. $2 per million input tokens, $6 per million output. Set that next to Fable 5's 10 and 50,
or Opus 4.85 and 25.
And Grok 4.5 is competing on cost before it's competing on capability at all. On SWE-Bench Pro, Grok 4.5 scored 64.7%, well behind Fable 5's
80.3.
And xAI isn't pretending otherwise. They're branding Grok 4.5 Opus class, not Fable class. That's a company telling you exactly where it thinks it sits, which is more honesty than most launch pages bother with. Independent cost estimates using artificial analysis data put a typical coding task on Grok 4.5 at roughly $2.49, against close to $12 for the same task run through Claude Code. A real, independently sourced gap, not xAI's own marketing math. Part of that efficiency traces back to how the model was actually trained. xAI built Grok 4.5 alongside Cursor, folding in real developer editing and debugging sessions rather than relying purely on generic code samples, which is a meaningful piece of why it punches above its price point specifically on coding rather than across every category. But Grok 4.5 also launched without a dedicated model card. xAI published an EU-style training summary instead, sitting on top of an already uneven trust record for the Grok product family. Cheap, fast, and not fully vetted are all true at the same time, and none of them cancel the others out. If you're deciding whether Grok 4.5 belongs in your own stack this week, the honest answer depends on what you're optimizing for. If cost per completed task is the number you actually track, the artificial analysis figures make a real case. If you need a fully documented training and safety story before you'll put a model in front of production traffic, the missing model card is a legitimate reason to wait, not an overreaction. The limitations. Nobody's putting in the thumbnail. A few honest gaps before the verdict. We don't have Anthropic's actual usage numbers behind the Fable 5 pricing deadline. The "they need the revenue" read is inference, not something Anthropic has disclosed. The $500 million Microsoft Anthropic figure is a reported number, not something either company has confirmed on the record. Real enough to repeat, not solid enough to treat as gospel.
And Grok 4.5 coding task cost advantage
Comes from artificial analysis's methodology specifically. It's an independent estimate, not an audited invoice, so treat it as directionally right rather than exact to the cent.
The verdict. Two-part read on this week. It was a genuinely strong week for shipped product. GPT 5.6 hit full general availability with new capability attached, Claude Code got a real upgrade, and Grok 4.5 landed at a price that's going to force everyone else to justify their own numbers. On pure output, nobody sat still. Strategically, it was a week about who gets asked to pay and who gets quietly walked away from. Anthropic put a clock on its own free tier at the exact moment its second biggest distribution partner started routing around it. That's not two unrelated headlines. That's the same underlying pressure showing up twice in 1 week. The labs shipped real capability this week. They didn't touch the access and trust gap sitting underneath it. And that gap is what's actually going to decide who's still the default choice a year from now, not another benchmark screenshot. If you want the deep dive, the moment Fable 5.1 or the next Grok update actually gets a confirmed spec sheet instead of a rumor, that's exactly what's coming next on this channel. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And drop a comment. Are you paying for Fable 5 after the 19th? Or are you one of the people Microsoft's MAI models just quietly replaced? I read every one. See you in the next video.